The final raid of Tier 13 has come and gone, and today I want to go through the Living Metal What to Get and Raid Recap. Hey everyone, Derpy here, and welcome back to another Battle Pirates video. I'm calling this the What to Get and Raid Recap because I want to talk about that first thing, what prizes to get initially before I talk about how I did and all that other fun stuff. If you are interested, you can skip to that stuff by using the YouTube chapters feature. First, going over the prizes, is there are a ton of really important things that you get in the raid, but one is more important than anything else, and that is the first tier 14 hole, the Invictus. Now you want to make sure you get this one and start building blanks of this as soon as you can. Moving forward, 100% of your physical shipyard time and your generic tokens should be spent on this ship, the Invictus, rather than refitting, upgrading, whatever, old things. Don't spend any more shipyard time on world leaders, don't spend any more shipyard time on hierophants, only use free tokens that you have specifically for those ships from TLCs and the like on the Invictus. You can safely ignore the old stuff. I did already make an initial build video before we even saw the XP targets on this ship because it is so important that you start this one early, and again that's because we have the outpost upgrades and some other weird stuff coming out. In general, all the tech for this one is useful, and if you have the points, you should get it because the tech is strictly better than the old tech. I would likely pick the engine first, and then if you are short on tech or short on points, grab the unlimited item, the Acanium Array, and then after that, and only after that, start grabbing the limited weapon, or limited specials, because those limited specials, the Solaris Launchers system, has a very, very similar special that only has 5% less radioactive damage, the Atom Absorption system, which is a regular, non-limited blueprint. You're likely going to be fine with that instead of this new limited one, and the limited tech will be available in the TLC when this comes out in 2 or 3 weeks from now. So I would focus on those ones. And if you are a little bit limited on points, I would also consider only getting the number of items that you're intending to build. For me, that's going to be 3 ships plus the flag for Raid 1, because I intend to save tokens as long as I possibly can after week 1 of the Forsaken mission, so I'm able to use that all on the flag and hopefully get that blank in Raid 1 and start using it in Raid 1. Now, if you are low on points, you can just get the common launcher and do nothing else. Don't worry about the chests whatsoever. If you intend to get a lot of chests continually the entire cycle, because the prize drops do improve as you have more, I'll show you some examples of that here with the world leaders. Go ahead and pick up the 10 limited items, or the 10 to 15 chests there from the from this one, because you're going to be able to get enough weapons as you take 15 of them in this event, 15 of them in Strike, and 10 of them in the TLC. So you won't actually need the common one if you've got a, let's say, 45 million points or more, but if you are going to be short on that, ignore the limited stuff entirely, just grab the common stuff, you'll be totally fine. That's the new stuff, that's what you want to get for sure. The second most important thing you should do is you should go down to the tokens section and you should get the 2-day structure build token, and that is because we are expecting the next outpost upgrade any moment now, maybe even next week, the week after. So make sure you have this token and you're at capacity with this one. Don't spend any more, start saving them starting now. There are also some defender build tokens which I would pick up if you don't have these already. I need to get 2 of these and use them on my newest defender, the Sirius, to start building these ones, so that should be useful for me on this. There are some other assorted tokens which, if you have the points, would generally be useful. Upgrade tokens for the World Leader, the Oblivion World Leader, and the Hierophant, if those are in here, are all generally good, useful things. Flagship ones are less common than the regular ones. If your flagship is not at cap, I would get these if you have extra points and are not redeeming these at the detriment of, let's say, the Invictus tech. There are also capital cores, which are not available in a lot of events. If you are going to be able to get enough tokens to upgrade these things instantly, then and only then is it worth it to spend the points on the cores. Otherwise, and again, you should only be using your shipyard time moving forward on the new tech rather than the old tech. Now, personally, I am a little bit frustrated in terms of the Dreadnought redemptions for this particular event. I did redeem 10 of the officer chests for the Hierophant, as you can see here, and this scroll bar jumps around a ton, which is why I wish there was a search feature, but Kixeye has literally banned me from making suggestions when I put that feature in there. Now, I did redeem 10 of these in the first day of the raid and did not show it on camera here, but I got 0 3-star items from this one because I already had a few of them, and I am still looking for the 3-star captain, which I do not have, so I'm going to have to try and get a ton of extra points next raid in order to get this one. Unfortunately, I cannot show you my inventory of captains or officers or whatever because there's no way to do this in-game, and again, I would put a suggestion in, but I have been banned from that. So I kind of wasted 40 million points on this one, which is a ton of points to be wasting and get no prizes from, which is a frustration element of this random chest system. We may see some alleviation of these frustrations with the new Fusion Factory coming out with the next Outpost upgrade level, but more on that one a little bit later. Now, if you have a ton of extra points floating around, you can start to redeem some of the older stuff for the older dreadnoughts, some of the older ships, etc. And what I actually want to show you here is that you can redeem a bunch of tech for, if you have a ton of extra points like me, you can even redeem tech for the UAVs right here. So I'm going to take and redeem 15 of these chests, and because I already have so many of these different chests, I'm going to be able to get probably 15 legendaries out of this one. So if I take a look at my Intel lab and move through all those fleets here, you'll see that there is a cap on the different weapons, etc. that you have. So if I scroll down and find my UAVs, you can see that in terms of the uncommon UAV, I have 20 of these already, which means I'm not going to get any more of them. Every chest I open, I will get at none of these because, again, I already have 20. Same for the rares, I have 20 already in existence, and I can't get any more of these. Epics, I actually do have 20 of these ones, which means I'm guaranteed for every next one to open to be a legendary. So the first time I opened these chests, I got mostly uncommons, and then it started shifting to better and better items because I'm capped out on these lower values. This would be fantastic and would work totally fine, except Kixeye didn't tell anyone about it, which is why people are complaining and we're getting the Fusion Factory. And you can see here I am maxed out and have 20 of these ones as well, but because there is no cap on these, I should be able to get up to 40, 60, whatever of these, enough that I'm going to be able to put them on every ship on my fleet and be totally fine. As you can see, the same is actually true for the Bonesaw, or this is not the Bonesaw, this is the Hierophant. I have 20 uncommons, and clicking on the slightly better items here, I have 12 rares, which means I have not opened quite as many chests and haven't maxed this one out. So if I open 8 more chests and get only rares from this one, I won't get any rares after that. Epics I don't have too many of, and legendaries I have 3 total, but if I were to get more chests in Strike because they're not available in Raid and start opening these up, I would start to get better and better drops. So let's go ahead and open up these items, these chests here, and I should get, if I open up the UAV ones, 15 legendary weapons, which I don't because I'm maxed out on all of them. I take that back. I guess if you already have 20 of them, you can get even more, which is news to me. But in general, the way I describe the system is how it should be working. I should have been maxed out and getting 20 of these ones and then moving on to having none. I'm kind of surprised that happened. Maybe the cap has been changed to 40, or that the first time you get these, you're going to fill up by 20 on all of them and then up to 40 on all of them or something. Either way, this is actually a surprise to me, which I guess we can ignore this completely when the system changes and we have the Fusion Factory. Regardless, I now have 5 available legendary weapons that I can use to refit onto my World Leader fleet. Now, I also do have a ton of extra chests and stuff, but let's jump in how I did in this particular raid and look at a few leaderboard stats. Now, as you can see on the leaderboard, I did get 138 million points, which puts me at just under 400th globally the day before the raid ends. Go ahead and let me know how you did in the comment section down below. Did you get everything you were going for? How many points did you get, and where did you place? I always find it interesting to see how many points get someone at a specific placement, say top 1, 2, 3, 5,000 players. Now, something I did actually do this raid was I went and logged on to my alt account, which is named Orange Jellyfish. I used to troll on forums with this one, by the way. I hit one target and retreated and placed at 7,400th, which means that there are only about 7,000 people who participated in the raid, which, well, is really not that much, and I'm always surprised by how few players are still around here. Big congratulations to number 1, who helped finance my gameplay and keep the lights on, because I don't think I spent a single coin this raid. Jumping back to my main account, to get this 138 million points, I did 44 complete sets at roughly 2 million each for the bonus, plus, the rest of this here, 1.1 million, 3.1 million times 44 is pretty close to what I got. Now, I did hit an even number of targets with these ones. Let's start with talking about the world leader targets. I autoed the 104 for 24 minutes of repair with my full fleet with a steelhead's crew. This means it's instant base repair, although to be honest, I just stacked up until this thing was dead, which technically means I could get infinite points per repair time because of the 5-minute repair per ship, and the only obstacle to getting more points is playing time. With the 105, I autoed this one as well, surprise, surprise, and got about 38 minutes of repair per target, which is definitely a lot, but it also means I don't have to drive these, and this was, generally how I prefer to play the raids. With the Hierophant targets, I hit the 1204 with just my single ship, and got 17 minutes of repair per target, which is not free, and you can actually drive this thing for 0 seconds of repair if you want. The 1205 I did for 30 minutes of damage on auto. When I was autoing, I was using the Sea Serpent's crew. I found that the best one for these targets because a lot of the guaranteed damage is missiles, and I don't have any anti-missiles on. Now, this means that I am taking damage as I hit the set, but because these world leader targets drop some chests that have tokens for the Hierophant, and the Hierophant target drops some chests that have tokens for the world leader, you can actually get repair tokens, and I would highly recommend saving some of these for the TLCs when this stuff comes back in a few months. But this means that you can, use Fleet A to repair Fleet B, and use Fleet B to repair Fleet A, resulting in, again, infinite targets that you can hit, as long as you can get through enough to, say, get a, every 10 chests needs to basically get you a repair token in order for this to work. If you hit enough of these, the averages work out where you get pretty close to the average, but if you have more damage per target and you get unlucky on these chest drops, you are not going to be able to pull off that infinite combo, although doing a repair overnight obviously helps with this one because you can stack up, say, 12 targets on the world leader, which is pretty close to what I was doing, and then repair those and come back overnight and open up your chests for the next block that you kill. So taking a look at these chests, I do want to open some of those. So 12 Scourge Outskirt Facility chests right here. Opening these up gets me basically all event points. It did get me a Missile Launcher Enhancement chest, which I definitely need, and 1 Hierophant token chest. As far as I can figure, the drop rate is roughly 10%, maybe 15% of these chests get you the token chests, and these token chests are going to get you things. Let's go ahead and open up the Ritual Missile Launcher. The token chests could get you build tokens, which I'm fine opening because I'm maxed out on, but a 3-hour repair token is pretty good. That's another, say, 6 targets I can hit with the Hierophant and be able to go into the next targets with. Now, I do also have some of the ones from the World Leader, or they give me World Leader payouts. I did get the World Leader token chest as well as the UAV chest, so let's go ahead and open up the UAV chest and got a legendary. I wonder if these ones have a different drop rate than the ones I bought, because I definitely should not be getting a legendary every single time from some but not others if they have the same drop. Regardless, the World Leader token chest, so I go ahead and open up. I got a build token, whatever, I'm maxed out on that, and a 3-hour World Leader repair token, which I believe I had one of already, so I'm now maxed on these, and we'll save it for the TLC. So in general, I am a fan of the chest system, which is not something most people say. It just does require that you hit enough targets for this to work out. And of course, I do have Legendary Elite and all that stuff saved over for the next Outpost level, as well as the Invictus ship as I start building some of that stuff. Okay, so jumping into the raid prizes now, you might notice that I have 16 million extra points, and what am I going to do with them? Well, I might actually use these on more Invictus upgrade kits, because you probably got 200 for free for having an X1 or better, maybe it's a U3 or better World Leader fleet, so you might already have some of these in inventory. If you don't know how many you have, send a support ticket and ask Kixeye to check for you. If enough people do this, they will eventually add some way for us to check this in-game ourselves. So I just got up to 300 total, which is enough for 3 ships to U3, which is how many I want to get by the time of the first raid. And we're even going to have a TLC then, which means I'll be able to get even more kits by the time I get there, but 300 should definitely be on the safe side. I won't have to worry about it. And I will get these other kits through TLCs I'm already doing for the upgrade tokens. Now, what I wish here is that the PvP section had more prizes in it, because there are, well, not a lot that I don't already own. I would love to get some stuff like the Conquest Battery, the Invasion Scanner 4, Conquest Battery 3, even some of the new tech that came out in the 1, 2, 3, 4 different conquests or bounties ago would generally still be useful. And I find it pretty frustrating that I can't even spend the points that I've got to get some prizes like those ones. The Tier 13 Invader, Defender, and Protector plates and Zenith reinforcements, for instance, in my opinion, should be available in this section, but they're not. They've been available in Pillage/Strike forever. Why they're not here, and we're not even given the opportunity to earn these and help defend our bases? What about the Terminus Cannon, the Monocle Missile, the Globetrotter Mortar, stuff like that? Wreckage Barrier, Leadline Barricade. Why are these not here? I couldn't tell you. And I get not having things in here the week after they come out in Conquest, or the same month they come out in Conquest, but some of these items are really old, and I would love to have the chance to spend my points on these ones. As it is, my 60 million points are probably going to go to waste, because there's not really anything in here that I, don't already have and don't already need. Maybe I can go ahead and get some extra points here, so I can get this skin that gives me an extra 5% penetrative damage or something that might be helpful in some TLCs. But that's really a kind of waste of points if you're being honest. So that's how I did in the raid, is I got more points than I know what to do with, which just happened from basically blind autoing a bunch of stuff and not really looking, and I guess I put stuff in prize requests. By the way, there's liquid fire warheads, 10 for 1 million, or if you scroll further down, you can get 5 for 1.5, or I guess it is only 1 million, 5 for 1 million. So why this is in here twice at different redemption levels, and I can't get the opportunity to spend the points I have on things I want, I couldn't really tell you. In any case, that's the prizes that I got and what I'm looking for in the raid. Now, I do briefly want to go over the build for my ships if it is something you have not seen in a little while. The World Leaders I do have, and let me go ahead and make it so you should be able to see this a little bit better. The World Leaders I've got just about finished. I still have some UAVs that I need to change from Epic to Legendary, some armor that I'll continue to redeem 1 or 2 of in the Forsaken mission for the flagship, which is a free refit, and then some of the other stuff still needs updated armor, and most of my damaged ships already have the maximum UAVs. Now, I do have 2 anti-ships, which I would definitely recommend. I think you definitely want to have 2 anti-ships in the raid, but other than that, no major build changes for me. If anything, I think, and I think by now I have done the changes to get away from the Buckeye UAV targeting on most items to the Skull clasp. I have apparently not done this on the flagship yet, but I'll go ahead and do that refitting overnight or something when I am not upgrading my Invictus, although I guess I should just redeem a 1-day build token for the flagship and use it on this to get that last special changed out. But no changes to the World Leaders, and I do like to run these with the Steelheads, which is my crew of choice for this, because it basically just knocks your repair down by 15%, no ifs, and or buts. In terms of the elephant, I mean the hierophant target, this one is not changing other than I would continue to put more ritual missile launchers at better rarities on here. I'm running all D5E armor, not EV, because I don't want added repair time, and I believe I have updated all the specials on these ones to be the best currently offered with escalation. You can see with my officers, I actually have the 2-star captain because I don't have the 3-star captain yet, despite spending 40 million points on the chance at getting it and not redeeming that, so that was pretty annoying. But then I do have the penetrative damage officer as well as the evade bonus officer on here. So that's what I chose to run on those ones, and again, I am using the not Kixeye engine, the older tier 12.51, because it's better. If you are interested in that, the first build video, and I think the only build video I've made on the Hierophant, does detail this one. So there's the build on my particular ships if you are wondering. Stay tuned for a bunch of new videos on the next outpost upgrade level, which was going to be outpost 17, as well as tier 14 ships coming out. Those videos are made possible by the folks whose names appear on the end screen now. They're helping keep this channel going and keeping these Battle Pirates videos coming out. With that said, and until next time, this is going to be Derpy signing out, helping you be a better pirate.